Mr. Ilkin, Mariam, Nigar, Leila. Anybody else here? Only 4 students. I think others will join soon. Leila, Nigar, Mariam, Ilkin, how are you? How was your weekend? Today is the first day of new week, right?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. I'm fine. And you?
I'm great. I'm great. Yesterday it was my birthday, so we had a big celebration with my family, and my kids prepared some surprise gifts, so it was good. I had a great weekend, so it's good. So, guys, let's continue. I hope also you are all doing well. And Mariam, did you go to school today?
No, I will go to school tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Here, Leila, Nigar, Mariam, Ilkin, you go to school on the same days or different days?
Yes, Mr. Kazan, I am. I
Different.
will go
We went to school with Ilkin today, and Leila will go tomorrow. So,
tomorrow. Yes.
two
Oh, I
girls.
see. So you go to school on different days, right? Not the same.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
but you're all in the same class, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So how many
I'm in
groups?
another class. I'm in another class.
Mariam, in different class. I see.
Yes.
Very good. I see. Good. As I told you also here, suddenly, they close all the schools and universities. Now I'm teaching all my classes online. So now I had to spend a lot of time in front of laptop. It's okay. Good. Now we got used to it. We are experienced. When I started this for the first time last year, it was a bit weird, right? Meeting people and talking to each other just like this. But now it's not something different. Everybody got used to it, this online communication. And day by day, we get more and more professional in learning online. Anyway, so Leila, Ilkin, Nigar, Mariam, last time we spent a lot of time on one paper that is primary 3 and 4. It was Sasmo questions. As you know, the questions are not so hard, but not so easy. So if you do not think a little bit in different way, you cannot solve the questions. All right. And that's why we call this a bit tricky questions or thought-provoking questions. And that's why practicing this kind of questions teach you how to think differently about problems. So now today, class, you're 6A, right?
Yes.
Yes, I think you're
Yes.
6A. And today is 1st of March. Okay. So today, guys, we are going to start this P5, okay, from 2000, or is it 14? And I hope now we will go much faster. I think I already shared this paper with you, okay? And after we finish this, we will see P6, okay? And after the 2015, P5, P6, and after the 17, P5, P6. And after that, we will get actually back to our topics, okay? And also I'm gonna teach you some other topics. And after we finish these papers, we will start learning algebra. And once you actually get comfortable with algebra, you will see that you can solve every problem. Okay, I mean, most of the problems using algebra, you can actually solve them easily. Okay, let's go then. So again, we have 25 questions here now in Sasmo, standardized questions. And every year in Sasmo, you have 25 questions. But usually you are given like 90 or 100 minutes. As you see here, the biggest challenge is time. Okay, can you think fast and can you solve the problems fast? Okay, just knowing the problem or how to solve the problem, you know the method, that's not enough. Can you think fast? That's also a very important factor. Okay. So now, Leila, let's start with you. Can you read this question? And this very easy question, I think, for now. Let's see, Leila. If Leila answers correctly, immediately we will move to the next question. Leila, read it and tell me the answer. You have 15 seconds to answer this question.
Mm, If n is a whole number, for what rows of n is 24n? Also a whole
24
number.
over n, right? 24 over
Yeah.
n. Leila, what is a whole number?
Mm,
What is a whole number, Leila? Do you remember?
24.
What is a whole number?
A number without fractions?
The
No.
number without zero.
No?
So this 0, 1, 2, 3, these numbers are
4.
whole numbers. You got a number without fraction. In general, we call this integer. Okay,
Okay.
like -2 also integer, -5 also integer, but we don't call -5 a whole number. Whole number starts with 0. Okay, if you just add 1 0 element to our natural numbers, it becomes whole number. Okay, because also included in this 0, that's called whole numbers. So natural numbers start with 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and whole numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah blah blah. So these are whole numbers. So again, for this number, right, 24 over n to be integer, what can we say about n? N must be, what is it? Factors of 24. And what are the factors of
2,
24?
4, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24, right? If you divide 24 by any of these numbers, the result will be also a whole number. Right? It says that a whole number for what values of n. So all the possible values of n are these numbers. Okay. So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Okay, Leila, is it clear? Good.
Yes.
Leila, what is the smallest whole number? Yes, Leila, what is the smallest whole
It's
number?
1.
Huh?
1.
0.
One.
Look at this. It starts with 0. The smallest whole number is 0. Right? And what is the biggest whole number, Nigar?
We don't have the biggest whole number.
Yeah, it goes
24.
to infinity, right? It never stops. That's why
Yes.
maybe there is, but we don't know yet. Because it never stops increasing. That's why, but the smallest whole number is 0. Very good. Let's continue. Okay, Ilki, read the question.
A textbook is opened at random. To what page is it opened in the product of the facing pages is 600.
Did you understand the question?
Yes, Mr. President. The,
So,
the book have a 600 question pages. Yes. And
no, it's not. It's not saying this. Ilkin, it's saying that you just hold a book, all right, and you just open it, okay, from anywhere. Sometimes if you want to read a book, you just open it and read from somewhere, right? And sometimes if you're bored, you want to read something, for you just open this. In the question, it says that
Hello,
a
Mr.
textbook is
Qasim.
open at random. Hi. It says to what page is it opened if the product of the facing page is 600? What does product mean? Multiplication, right? And the opened, right? The facing page, and these two pages are facing to each other. Usually, for example, if this number is, let's say on this page, if it is n, right? Niga, what is the next page now? What's the number of the next page?
N plus 1.
N plus 1, right? Because it is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you just open any book, if the first page on the left is, let's say it is 5, next page should be 6. If it is 10, next page should be 11, right? If it is 100, next page should be 101. So here, I don't know. Suppose that the page on the left is page number n. The page on the right then must be n plus 1, right? Yeah, that's why it says that a textbook is open at random. To what page is it open if the product of the facing page, right? The facing page is 600. And in math, actually, this n and n plus 1, we call them, what is it? Consecutive whole numbers. Consecutive. Okay, like 1 and 2, consecutive whole numbers. 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, in general, n and n plus. Anyway, here it's saying that, so here n times n plus 1, the product of these numbers is equal to 600. The question is, to what page Okay, what are these base? We have to find this. So can you tell me two numbers whose product is 600?
203.
What is it?
No, sorry. No. It's incorrect. Maybe 203. The product is 600.
No. You know how to find this? To find this one, just write 600 as, for example, 600, I can write it as 2 times 150, right? 2 times 75. 3 times 25, 5 times 5. Okay? You know how to do that, right? Because 600 and just divide by these numbers, 2, it is 300. By 2, 150. By 2, 75. By 3, 25. By 5, it is 5. By 5, it is 1. So now looking at this number, how can I make new combinations so that the product of these numbers is 600? If you look at these numbers, for example, let's say 2 times 2 times 2, it is 8. 8
8.
times 3, 24. And how about 5 times 5, 25, right? So I can just write 600 as 24 times 25, right? So that means that if n equals 24 and n plus 1 is 24 plus 1, that's equal to 25. So dot, dot, dot. What are those facing page? Those pages are page 24 and the 25. Okay, Elmira Salmanzadeh. Did you understand?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Let's continue then. I think we did this question before. One more time, let's do this. Nigar, read the question.
The diagram shows a quadrant OAB of a circle with center O. OPQR is a rectangle. Given that PR is 7 centimeters, find the length of OA.
What does quadrant mean, Nigar?
Quadrant, it is this figure shown below or no?
Quadrant means 1/4 of a circle, right? If you're given a circle, if you divide it into 4 equal parts, one part is called quadrant. Okay, quadrant is 1/4 of a circle. So the diagram shows, as you see here, we just what if I just continue, maybe here we have a big circle here. So we are talking just about 1/4 of a circle. Center is O, and we know that the center means, what is it? Any point on the circumference, right, to this center is the same. That means that from here, since O is a center and BQA is a quadrant, that means that OA must be equal to OB and at the same time is equal to OQ, right? All of these are equals the radius of this circle. We just actually use R, right? So Leila, what do you think? What is OQ then? If PR is equal to 7, what is OQ?
7.
7.
Is also 7,
So
right? Because OQ PR
Yes.
is a rectangle. Every rectangle's diagonals are the same. That's why OQ also 7. Dot, dot, dot. Our OQ is equal to 7 centimeters. Next, Elmira, read the question.
Find an even number between 300 and 400 that is divisible by 5 and by 7.
Okay. So find an even number, right? It says even number that is divisible by 5 and 7. Okay. Elmira, can you tell me what numbers are divisible by 5 and 7?
By 5 that ends by 5 or 0.
No, what numbers are divisible by 5 and 7?
Altogether,
No, just tell me about that numbers, nature, or
that
characteristics.
can,
What numbers?
like nature
Multiples of
numbers.
35, right?
Oh, yes.
Why? Because 5 and 7, they are relatively prime. You know, relatively prime means it means that only the common factor is 1. So that means that a number is divisible by 5 and 7 if it is the multiple of 5 and 7. Okay, so what is a multiple? I mean, then what numbers are divisible by 5? 7. 5 times 7 is 35. The multiples of 35 are divisible by 7. So now it says I find an even number, right? If I just continue here, 350, right? 350, it is between 300 and 400. And is it a multiple of 35? Yes. Is it divisible by 5? Yes. Is it divisible by 7? Yes. Because I can write it as 5 times 7 times 10. That means that it is divisible by 5. It's divisible by 7. So what is that number? Even number, right? So that number is 350. Yeah, just ask an even number, one number. So that's 350. Okay, now guys, next question I will ask everybody. You have 1.5 minutes, okay? If you answer before the time is up, leave your answer in the chat box. All right, 2 minutes, read it, and after that, answer this. Sarah, your answer is correct. Elmira, your answer is correct. Nigar, your answer is not correct. Why so much? Ilkin, your answer is not correct. 35 more seconds. Leila, your answer is not correct. I wonder how you got 36, Ilkin and Leila. You got the same answers, but it's not correct. Time is up. Sarah, let's listen to you. How did you get 38?
Uh, like
Okay,
29. Yes, 29 sweets. Uh, over 3.
we can write it as 29 as, what is it? 29 as 27 plus 2, or
Plus 2
27 is 9 times 3
times,
plus 2, right? It
yes,
says that actually here, as if we have candies, it has wrappers, or it's wrapped by some piece of paper. And if you just remove this and give it back, also you can get some candies or sweets for the wrappers, right? What is the biggest number of sweets that he can get from the shop? So for each actually 3, right, he can get how many more? 9 more. So here we have 9 times 3 plus 2, and 9 more, that's equal to 38. Because this 2,
yes,
it's not enough, right? It says for every 3 sweet wrappers can be exchanged for 1 more sweet. So here we have 9 times 3, right? For each 3 wrappers, we can get 1. That means that for 27 sweets wrappers, we can get 9 wrappers. And we can just exchange this for 9 sweets. Altogether, we can get 38 wrappers.
Mr. Kazım,
Yes.
I'm mistaken because I think this is a 27 sweets because I'm not.
Is your mistake, Ilkin, you didn't add this too? Is it
Yes,
your mistake here?
yes.
Or? Okay, good. All right. Okay, that's it. Let's continue. But sometimes, in real life, now these days, maybe you are a kid now, you may not understand much. As a father, for example, when I just go to the big malls with my kids, and a lot of companies, they make this kind of advertisements. Maybe you are just buying something, for example, let's say you buy a drink, okay? And the lid of the drink, for example, or the sticker, for like, if you just collect like 3 or 5, they give you one more drink, okay? And at the time, you may just think, how can you get maximum number of drinks and in exchange of the stickers or the lids? It is something like this. Anyway, let's move to the next question. Find the next term of the following sequence: 2, 3, 4, 10, 38. Any idea?
It took me long to finish, so I don't eat because it doesn't taste the same.
You look tired.
I taste first. I'm not tired.
Okay. Any idea? Leila, Elmira, Nigar, Ilkin, Mariam? Mariam and Sarah. Here, actually, how can I get 3 using 2? Maybe one idea is I can just add, right, 2 plus 1, right? That's equal to 3. How about this 4? Maybe 4 is equal to, let me just write here, 3. And how about 4? 4 is equal to, no, it doesn't work, right? How about if I do like this? That actually makes sense, right? The first term multiplies by 2 minus 1, right? How about 4? It is 2 times the previous term, that is 2 times 3, 6 minus 2. And how about 10? The previous term is 4. I got it now. Okay. So 2 times 1. Okay. 2 times 2 minus 1. And here, this one is 2 times 3. 2 times 3 minus 2. And this one is 3 times 4 12 minus 2, right? And this one is 38 is 4 times 10 minus 2. Okay, but here the first one. Okay, I think for the first one we don't have any rule here, just 2 and 3, right? How we are obtaining this? Actually, the rule is we start our number sequence with 2 and 3. To get the next number, multiply the previous two terms and subtract 2, right? 2 times 3 minus 2, it gives us 4. 3 times 4 minus 2, it gives us 10. 4 times 10 minus 2, it gives us 38. So what will be the next number then? Next number will be, this number will be
Mr.
10
Qasim.
times 38 minus 2, 308, 80, 378. Yes.
I have an idea too. Can I say it?
Yes.
Like 3, it's like 2 by 2 and minus 1. Then 10 is 3 by 3 and plus 1. 30, like 8, it's 10 by 4 and minus 2.
Okay. So you think that your rule is different from here? What is the rule here? Multiply the preceding two terms, 2 times 3 and minus 2, we get 4. And multiply 3 and 4 minus 2, we get 10. And multiply 4 and 10 minus 2, we get 38. And multiply 10 and 38 minus 2, we get next term, this 378. Now we have the same pattern, right,
Thank
for
you.
every number. Right, Ilke, Nigar, Leila, is it clear? Does it make sense?
Now it is clear.
Why? Because here, what is the rule? Usually, you know, in number
Yes,
sequence, we should be able to clearly actually define the rule. What is the rule here? If I ask you, what is the rule here? What is the rule of this number sequence? I just say that start first with 2 and 3, okay? And to get the next term, multiply the preceding two terms and subtract 2. That's our rule. That is well defined, right? So as you see here, 2, 3, 2 times 3 minus 2, it gives us 4. Okay, now 3, 4, 3 times 4 minus 2, it gives us 10. 4 times 10 minus 2, it gives us 38. 10 times 38 minus 2, it gives us the next term. Okay, good. That is 378. All right. Now, just you have some break. Let's do this question together and you will give a try to the next question. Okay. Sarah, can you read the question?
Yes. The percentage pass in an
The
exam
percentage
for
passes.
yes, in an exam for two classes are 80% and 60%. The numbers of students in the two classes are 20 and 30. Respectively, find the overall percentage pass for the two classes.
Okay. I think did you understand the question, Sarah?
I think yes.
We are talking about two different classes, right? Class A, let's say 6A and 6B, right? It says that the number of students in the two classes are 20 and 30 respectively. That means in 6A we have 20 students and in 6B we have 20 students. And how many people pass here? We just described this by percentage. 80% of class A students pass, let's say, the math exam, and 60% of the students pass the math exam. So now, how can I find, for example, 6A, 6B? How many people pass? So 80% of how many students we have in 6A? It is 20, right? 80% means 80 over 100 times here we have 20. Now 0, 0 cancels each other, 0, 0. So that means that 16 students from group A passed the test. And the second group, it is 60%. 60% of 30 students. 60% means 60 over 100 times 30. 0, 0, right? 0,
18.
0. What is it?
It's 18.
18 students. So now what is the question here? Find the overall, right, percentage. Now we are not actually categorizing this, not 6A and 6B. In grade 6 students, how many students passed the exam, right? How do I calculate this? Altogether, how many students passed? From 6A, 16, from 6B, 18. But altogether in grade 6, how many students do we have? In A, 20, in B, 30, right? Now to express this as a percentage, we have to multiply this by 100%. So that's equal to 16 plus 18, that's equal to 34. And 20 plus 50, that's equal to 50 times 100%. 0, 0 cancel each other. 10 over 5, it is 2. 2 times 34, 68%. So overall, 68% of the students passed the exam or test or quiz or whatever it is. So the answer is 68%. Okay, Elmira.
Yes.
Elmira, what is your height?
What?
What is your height? 1 meter, 2 meters, three
Uh,
meters, how many meters?
um, 1 meter and 45 maybe. Yes.
Elmira, 1.45 meters high.
Yes.
Good. Okay, let's move to the next question. Mariam, can you read the question?
Sure. A clock takes 9 seconds to make 4 chimes. Assuming the rate of chiming is
Assuming,
constant.
Mariam, assuming that, what does
Assuming,
assume mean?
maybe to suppose,
Suppose, right?
uh-huh, that the rate of chiming is constant.
Chiming, the rate of
Chiming
chiming.
is constant, and the duration of each chime is negligible. How long does the clock take to make 3 chimes?
Okay, negligible means it's not so important, right? We can ignore it, all right? So that's very small, so we don't have to take this into account. Anyway, so usually how do you solve this kind of question? This is a rate problem, right? It says it takes 9 seconds to make 4 chimes, right? So that means 4 chimes, let me just write chimes, takes how many seconds? 9 seconds. The question is assuming that the rate of chiming is constant and the duration of each chime is negligible, how long does it take or does the clock take to make 3 chimes? 3 chimes, right? How long does it take? I don't know. Let's say it takes t seconds. And after that, we just draw a line and cross multiply. 4 times t, it is 4t. 9 times 3, 27. So we need to find t, right? What is t? T is 27 over 4. Or that's equal to 6 and 3 over 4 seconds, right? Is it seconds? Yes. Or simply it is 6.75 seconds. Okay. Now, next question is for you. If you answer, you will get 5 points. Okay, let's see if we can solve this. You will have 2.5 minutes. Okay, all right. Starts. Just write your answer in the chat box. Why is taking so long, Nigar? Is it hard or you're thinking?
No, I'm thinking it is correct answer or no.
Leila,
Okay, I'm not sure, but
oh my gosh. Nigar,
is it correct? But
yes,
I'm
Nigar,
not sure.
your answer is correct.
Yes,
Yes.
but I
All
didn't.
other answers are wrong. Okay, guys, actually we call this, what is it? Telescope method, you know. Telescope means how many numbers do we have here? As you see here, 2014 is a lot, right? But by just using multiplication, of course, we cannot do this. So now what happens if you just simplify the fractions inside each pair of brackets here? Let me just
Just
check one more
sending my
message.
answer.
Ilkin is the wrong answer. Okay, what is 1 minus 1 over 2? Okay, we know there's 2 over 2 minus 1 over 2. That's equal to 1 over 2. That is the first pair of brackets. The next one, 3 minus 1, right? It is 2 over 3 times. Third one, 4 minus 1, 3 over 4. This continues then. And before the last one, actually before, let me just also write the previous one. What is the previous one here? Here we have 1 minus 1 over 2013, right? So that means that 2013 minus 1, I have here 2012 over 2013 times 2013 over 2014, right? All these fractions are multiplied. Now, if we have common factors of numerator and denominator, we can cancel them out, right? So now, as you see here, oops, wrong button. So this 2, right? 2. Common factor. One is in the numerator, one is in the denominator. 3, 3, right? 4, 4. Now here we see the pattern, right? If I just continue this doing until the next last fraction, this cancels with this, right? And this 2013 with 2013. Now what is that here? Only one here, right? Numerator in the first fraction and the denominator here. So that is 1 over 2014. Okay, Ilkin,
Okay, Mr. President. Yes.
good. So the answer is 1 over 2014. If they ask, for example, let's say maybe this year is 2021, right? They may ask a similar question, but it's not 2040, but 2021. How about if they ask this kind of question? For example, let's say 1 plus 1 over 2 times 1 plus 1 over 3 times 1 plus 1 over 4 times dot dot dot, and here we have 1 plus 1 over 2021, right? How do you answer this question? Again, the same method. Simplify each bracket here. 1 plus 1 over 2, here it is 3 over 2, and next one is 3 plus 1, 4 over 3. Next one is 5 over 4, right? Next one is 6 over 5. Continue. The last one is 2021 plus 1, 2022 over 2021. Now here we are actually starting canceling out the fractions from here, right? If you just notice here, I cancel this 3 with this 3, this 4 with this 4, this 5 with this 5, this 6 with this 6, right? And here the previous number with this. Now what is left here? The last numerator, 2022 over the first denominator, that's equal to 2. So what is the answer here? It is 1011. Okay, most probably you will see a similar question this year, okay? Because every year they try to use the current year's number. For example, 2021, you will see that a lot of answers will actually contain 2021. So Nigar, if you cannot think of any number, just write 2021 as your answer. Or make sure that your answer should actually include this 2021. Not all questions, but usually some this kind of questions usually they try to use 2021 to make the question more fancy, more attractive to the students. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. Elmira, can you read it?
Yes. A frog fell into a drain that was 50 centimeters deep. After 1 hour, it mustered enough energy to make a jump of 6 centimeters, but it then slipped down 4 centimeters. So, if it continued in this manner, after every 1 hour, how many hours will it take to get out of the drain?
Mr. Kazım, I'll send you my answer is correct.
Okay, guys, if you everybody understands, okay, you can leave your answer here. I give you 2 minutes to answer this question. That's also a tricky question, all right? You have to think well. It's not that easy question. A lot of students, like 90% of the students, usually they make a mistake. We will discuss this after 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to answer this question.
Mr. Kasim, I sent you my answer.
Okay, Ilkin, your answer is wrong. Mariam, your answer is wrong. Okay, let me tell you, the answer is not 25. And Mariam, I don't know why did you answer like 10? Why 10?
Actually, I solved this question at home and I get 10.
But it's jumping 6 centimeters up and 4 centimeters down in every hour. So the difference is 2 centimeters. How can it be 10?
Okay, so
Sarah, I said the answer is not 25.
Oh, sorry, I sent you not now. Yes, I know that's correct.
Okay. Nigar, Ilkin, Mariam, Elmira. Any other answer? Sarah, Leila.
Mr. Kasim, I sent my answer.
Mr. Katham, I'm not
Elmira,
sure.
how can it be 50? How can it be 50, Elmira? Are
I
you just
don't
guessing?
know.
Is it
No, I saw it like that.
in 50? It will be actually can jump to what height? 100 centimeters, right? Okay, guys, let's do this together. That's the tricky point, okay? The tricky point is in the last jump. Let me just see one more
Mr. Kasim,
answer. Mariam, 23. Mariam, that's the correct answer. Okay. So the right answer is 23. How did you get 23, Mariam? Did you draw all the way
No,
up?
no, I was not guessing. I was plussing and minusing step by step. First, I get 0 and plus 6 and subtract 4. Then, like this, I continue like this. And then I count like all my steps and get 23.
Okay, very good,
Like,
Mariam. Thank you. So now, guys, if you actually pay attention here, it says that 50 centimeters deep. Suppose that we have a well or drain or drainage, whatever it is. We can just call this well, okay? And there's a frog. It is just jumping, right? The wall is slippery. And again, 4 centimeters just moving down again. And it just actually, how to say, regains his energy. And again, he makes another jump, right? So anyway, so in 1 hour, it says that he just jumps 6 centimeters up and then slides down 4 centimeters. What is the result here? The result is 6 minus 4. That means that in 1 hour, he actually moves 2 centimeters up. Now he continues in 2 hours, 4, in 3 hours, 6, right? And continues here, let's say 41, right? Here we have 20th hour. 20th hour, what is it? It is 40. Now in another way, he just jumps to 46, right? 46 minus 2, so it will be 44. In 21st hour, he will be 42 hours high. Again, he jumps another jump, 44 plus 6, right? Now, what is it? It is 23rd hour, right? So now 24 plus 6 is already 50, right? Now it's 23 hours. He's already at the top here, at the top. So it doesn't have to come down now. It already went outside the well, okay? That's the tricky point here. That means that in 23 hours, he can get out of the drain. Okay, because the last jump, actually, he is making his last jump in the 23rd hour. When he makes a jump, it will be already at the top. It doesn't have to come down again now because he's trying to get out of the drain, right? So that is a tricky point, actually. In this kind of question, you should be careful with the last step, okay? So only he needs 23 hours, actually, if he's jumping at this rate to get out of this drain. Leila, did you understand? Good. Guys, if you have no question, let's move. We are running out of time. At least try to solve 2 more questions. A farmer's chickens produced 4,028 eggs one day. Was he able to pack all the eggs in full cartons of 1 dozen egg each? Sarah, what does 1 dozen mean? Leila, what does 1 dozen mean?
It's like
Elmira,
12.
12, right? 1 dozen means 12. In some books, actually, for 1 dozen, they just use 12, okay? Maybe it's a commonly used number. That's why they attach a special name to this. 1 dozen means 12. So that means that was he able, right? The question, was he able? So our answer is either yes or no. So if it is yes, if this 4,028 is divisible by 12. No, if it is not divisible by 12, because the question is, was he able to pack all the eggs in full cartons of 1 dozen eggs each, right? So to do this one, 4,028, if you divide this by 12, here we have 3, 36, here 42, again 3, 36, and here 68, and here we have 5, 5 times 8, it is 60, so the remainder is 8. So that means that I can fill 335 cartons with 12 eggs, right? But at the time, 8 eggs will be left over. So actually, it does not fill 1 box or 1 carton. So was he able to pack all the eggs in full carton? Because the keyword here is full. The answer is no. Why? because 4028 is not divisible by 12. Okay,
Okay, Mr. Kevin.
very good. So the last question is for you. You have, guys, 2.5 minutes. Everybody read it and answer the question. You have this is the last question, 2.5 minutes.
What time is it? What
I'm
time is it?
teaching now.
What time is it?
It's 9 o'clock almost.
Well, how many minutes more?
I have 2 more hours.
Okay.
What do you want to do with me? Huh?
I'm done. I just want to just all the. Hey.
Mr. Kasim, can I ask one question?
Yes.
They're asking how many sheep and how many ducks does he have
Yes.
all together, but or just
No, no, no. How many
each?
sheep and how
Ah,
many
okay.
ducks? You need to answer this many sheep and this many ducks.
Thank you.
Thirty seconds left. Yes, Ilkin, Nigar, Elmira, Mariam. Why so slow?
I wrote your
Tara,
answer, but yes, I
32.
think that's not correct.
Okay. Okay, guys. Sarah, how do you solve this? Let's solve it like this. Look. Ilkin, question is for you. It says he counted a total of 40 heads, right? That means that
Yes.
the total number of animals is 40. And suppose that we have X sheep. Then how many ducks do we have here? 40 minus X,
40
right?
plus 8 minus 6.
Minus X. And how about sheep? Each sheep has 4 legs. If we have X sheep, then altogether they have 4X legs.
4x.
And each duck has 2 legs. If we have 40 minus X ducks, then each duck has 40 minus X legs. And altogether, we have 124 legs. So that is 4x plus 2 times 40 minus x. That's equal to 124. Now, we should just solve this equation. 2 times 40, 80, minus 2 times x, 2x. On the right-hand side, 124. 4x minus 2x, that is 2x. Take 80 to the right-hand side. 124 minus 80. Or 2x is equal to 44. What is x? X is 22, right?
22.
So how many sheep do we have here? 22. And how about ducks? 18. Because altogether 40, right? 40 minus 22, it is 18. So here we have, or there are 22 sheep and 18 ducks. Elmira, your answer is correct. Okay.
Yes, just I change their places.
Good. Okay, guys, that's enough for today. Okay, keep practicing. Very good. Day by day, you are improving. If possible, have a look at the questions. If you come with ideas, we will go much faster. Okay, and thank you very much. When do we have class, Nigar? Thursday or Wednesday?
On Thursday.
Thursday.
On
Okay, then
Thursday.
I will meet you on Thursday. At least try to solve 10 or 15 questions until Thursday from this paper. Okay. Have a good night. See you
Okay.
on Thursday. Okay. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Good night.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye
See you
bye.
next time.